before you put any money down, you need to answer these 4 crucial questions. So in this video, I'll walk you through each one to help you build a confident investment plan. First, the most important question, what am I actually investing for? So without a clear destination, you're just investing blind. For most of us, the big one could be the retirement, but we need to be specific here. So what age are you going to stop working? And if you stop working, then what are you going to do next? Do you have any other hobbies or do you have any responsibilities? So we need to address here. The best and simplest method which I normally follow is I trust my pen and my notebook. So I'll write down what are my actual plans and what could be the ideal number. So in the UK, in general, it says that you need to have 1.5 to 2 times of your annual salary in your pension pots. Let's say, for example, if you are earning 60,000 right now, then by the age of 40, you should have at least 120 pounds in your pension pot, and that can give a safer cushion which could help you to understand your goals better. And nowadays the retirement style is totally changed now. So in the previous scenario, when we talk about our fathers and grandfathers, so what they used to believe in, that they used to save up enough in their pension pot, so by the time they hit 60, then they retire, and that is the normal life. Nowadays the scenario has changed. Nowadays people are taking early retirement, so that clearly doesn't mean that they'll stop working completely, but the only difference is now they won't work for money. That means that they'll carry on working, but they would want to work for themselves. They would want to have their own passion, their own ideas, and they'll work freely. So there is a difference between someone who want to retire in 5 years or 10 years time, and there is a difference between someone who wants to retire in 20 years time. So the approach would be totally different. So the one who's planning to retire sooner, like 5 or 10 years time, their goalpost, their milestone, their goals are totally different. So that's why I insist everyone to just write down their goals in the notebook, and this also helps us to determine our goals and determine our why before thinking anything about the platforms or funds or ETFs. The second question is, where should I put my money? In the UK, it's usually a choice between ISA and pensions. So think of them as wrappers that shield your money from tax. So first, let's discuss about ISA. So for the 2025-26 tax year, you can put up to £20,000 in a ISA, individual savings account. With the stock option shares ISA, all your growth is completely tax free, and the ISA is flexible, so you can withdraw wherever you would want to, but make sure to check the platform provider that are they flexible, cause not all of them are flexible ISAs. So this is a very important point, and these ISAs are ideal for medium to long term goals. So you don't need to wait for pension age, so you can access before that, so you can access anytime in fact. So that's why they are so flexible, and I highly suggest to fill this pot first if you can. If you have the money, then probably this is a very good route. So government has got no control in that. So at the time of recording, I'm not sure what's going to happen in the future. Next, we'll talk about the champion of long-term saving, and that is pension. So either you can opt in for the workplace pension, or you can have your own private pension, also known as SIPS, self-invested personal pension. So the killer feature for this pension type is its upfront tax relief. So in a basic example, let's say for example, if you're a basic rate taxpayer, then you just need to put in £80 and the government will add £20 from their end. So that total will come to £100 into your pot, and that money you can have it after your pension age. And when we talk about the workplace pension, then in that case your employer will add 3%, that is by law they have to do that, and you can put in 5% of your gross pay, so the total comes to 8%. So that money you can have it in the future, and that is also completely tax free, and this is essentially free money, so you should never leave on the table. But you might think that what's the catch? So you generally cannot touch this money until you hit 57, and that is from 2028 onwards. Okay, so what's the strategy? So you can use both. So start with your workplace pension first. Okay, and also you can think about ISA, individual savings account. So technically speaking, if you're saying that you are over 40 and you have never invested, then that is a big lie, because each and every human being in the UK are investors. They are, if they are working. Yeah, if you are not working, and if you are a self-employed, that could be a different story. But if you are working and if you are employed, then you are an investor, because your money is invested in the market, okay, and they put it into different securities and market. So you are essentially an investor. Now, the third question is, what should I actually buy inside these accounts? So, the idea of picking individual stocks is terrifying and it involves a lot of risks. So, most long term investors, they don't do that. So, what they do instead, they buy funds. A fund is like a pre packed basket of investments, and it holds dozens, even thousands of different company stocks, and it gives you a very good diversification. So if one company does badly, then it's cushioned by all other companies, and it's a very good tool to manage your risks. So the real question is, what kind of funds? So in your 40s, you have a long runway to your retirement, and you can generally take on more risks for the more growth and opportunities. So this usually means holding more equities and more shares, uh, but it basically boils down to your own comfort, and it basically carries risks as well. Just that means that if you are planning to withdraw the fund in very near time, let's say for example 3 to 5 years time, then this is not a good ideal way to invest. So always think about long term, at least 5 to 10 years plus. So your portfolio should let you sleep at night. And I always go with the simple balanced approach. And in my balanced approach, I always talk about my simple 3 fund portfolio. Okay, if you want to know more about it, then you can watch more videos on my channel. So in my balanced portfolio, I prefer growth focused equities and stabilizing asset classes. So the question number 4 is, how much do I realistically need to invest? A well-known strategy would be a percentage of your salary equal to half the age. So let's say for example, if you're 40 years old, so, and if you're earning 60,000 pounds, then you should start at 20% of 60,000 pounds, that comes to 12,000 pounds. So this should be your starting general idea. So if you are putting in 12,000 pounds into this investment, then this could do well. So this could go up as well. So as and when you're nearing the retirement, then you should invest more if you haven't invested already. But if you've been investing for many years, then you can change the number as well. So this, make sure that this number should be manageable, and you need to think about your other future goals as well. So you should start with an amount which is manageable now. So when you get a pay rise, then you should increase your direct debit as well the same way. And when you talk about your peak earnings, then you might get some extra additional bonuses as well. So that money should essentially go into this kind of investment pot, so that that can help you to save faster. So I'm not saying that like whenever you get extra money and just try more lump sum amount in there, but whenever if you see that the market is into a correction territory, then that is a very good time where you can put your money in. So it will give you a very good return. One crucial point before you invest, so you must have an emergency fund. You should have at least 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses and day-to-day living costs. So this should be covered. So this should be into your high yield savings account preferably, so that you can withdraw anytime if any emergencies arise. Generally speaking, 10,000 pounds in the UK would cover these 3 to 6 months expenses. And if you want to know more about it, then please watch this video next.